Now, Mr. Matt and I discovered something interesting about double white lines the other day. In that, what a nice chap. Give it a big wave. In that, if the traffic ahead of you is stationary and there's a gap to move into and it's clear ahead, which it always is for a bike, because let's face it, you're not going to move into a you're not going to make an overtake if there's not a gap to go into, are you? If there's traffic ahead is stationary and there's a gap to go into, you can traverse the white lines. That is rule 129, I think, of the highway code. There's another one letting me through. Unbelievable. I can actually do this without traversing the white lines. So, a big wave to him as well. As it transpires, with all this traffic moving gently, probably shouldn't cross the white line. Let's pull in here and have a look and see how it's doing. Okay. So what we've got here is the Ventura Bike-Pack system. And what it is a bag of your choice, bolted onto an A-frame, which is under here, goes into that pocket on the bag, and that bolts into these L-frames, which are secured by that, those knobs there. Pop the bag on and then just zip it up so it's connected around that. And there's two ways for this configuration. You can have the frame currently pointing that way, you can have it pointing out that way, which is how I had it in the morning, and today, see, this afternoon, I'm just checking it the other way around, see if there's any difference in stability, and to be honest, it feels exactly the same, so I'm quite happy with that. Obviously, if you have it the other way around, you can have a passenger on there, and you can ride two up with a load of luggage. But I mean, look at the amount of luggage, it's 85 litres. I'm going to go into Northern Ireland with this, and all my gear in there, and a load of stuff on a tank bag, and that should do it. And it's attached. It's brilliant, because when I used to have a bag and I just used to stick it across here and bungee it onto the bike, I was always paranoid if it was on there or not, if I'd like gone down the motorway with crap coming out my bike and bouncing down the lane behind me. Whereas this, it's simple. Look, I can see it in the mirror. I can see it's attached. It's not a problem. So all that paranoia is gone. You don't need to lean up against it or feel behind you or any of that. It just works. Now, they're a Kiwi company, so of course the L brackets, which are what everything fits onto, have to be made for your bike and come from New Zealand, so there can be a bit of delay. They say 4 to 8 weeks. I think it took 5 or 6 for me to get mine. It's alright, it was just in time. I had planned ahead for a change. And yeah, I gotta say, I'm really happy with it. You can't feel it on the bike. I mean, it's windy today. It's really windy. And it's only when you go by a big HGV that you suddenly get that blast, and it's more than it would be if you were on your own. It's only then I've noticed it and I've gone, aha, there is in fact effectively a passenger there. Now, like all rear boxes and stuff like that, they rate it for, I think it's 3 to 8 kilograms, but I know for a fact that one of my colleagues at work has had that thing loaded up to the gunnels with effectively the weight of a passenger. And as long as you don't overload the bike, so as long as you're within the weight limits of the vehicle, it's fine. So that's good, because I need to get 2.5 weeks worth of clothes and gadgets and stuff. At the minute I was thinking I was going to struggle before I got that, and at the minute I'm thinking actually I might not even need the tank bag. I'll bring it anyway because I can put the electronics in that and carry them with me on the ferry. There is a speed limit restriction on this. They say when you got the bag on, no more than 80 miles per hour. But I may have slightly infringed that already, and you know what? It didn't complain. I don't see the point of having a bike and putting so many panniers on it that you can no longer filter. Right. That is pretty easy. Just unzip this. Unzip, unhook. It just lifts off the frame. There you go. Job done. Simple as that.